Hey, how's it going? If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering why should I wake up early to get my morning started? That was a question that I asked myself for many years. I always heard that the most successful people in this world woke up at 5 a.m. They were part of the 5 a.m. club. But I tried that and I had no structure, I had no plan. So I'd wake up at 5 a.m. and I'd kind of do this, look around, I'd eat some breakfast, maybe do some sit-ups, and I would just be like, okay, now what do I do? No one's awake for another 2 hours. And when I finally figured out a structure that worked for me, that was when things started to change in my life and things started to really click. And I found myself being in such a better mood on a daily basis because I was feeding my mind before I was focusing on anything else. So I wanted to share my very quick routine for every morning. And you know what? Sometimes things happen. We end up not being able to follow this every single day, but I do my best every day to get some sort of positivity first thing in my mind. So the very first thing I'm going to tell you to do is the night before, put your phone on airplane mode so that you are not distracted when you wake up in the morning by notifications, by emails, by text messages. Do not take your phone off of airplane mode until you are done with your morning routine. That is very important because I don't know about you, but most of society today, including myself, we're addicted to our phone, and it's the very first thing that we think of when we wake up in the morning is, oh, I wonder who emailed me, or if you have a business, oh, I wonder if anything happened last night that I need to be aware of. If it's an emergency, people will find a way to contact you. Just do yourself a favor, keep your plane on airplane mode. But first thing I do when I wake up, first of all, I set my alarm clock and I put it's on my phone. I put my phone on the other side of the room because I know if it's right next to me, I'm gonna hit that snooze and I'm gonna fall right back asleep. So I put it on the other side of the room and I wake up and I have my little wake me up drink. I still press the snooze, I go back to bed, but 10 minutes later, because I got some caffeine in me, I'm right there, I'm waking up and that snooze button goes off 10 minutes later and I'm like, boom, eyes are wide open. So that's the very first thing that I do. It forces me to get out of bed. And then the next thing I do is I come over to this room that I'm in right now and I just do some stretches. So that little guy right there, that's my stretcher, and then I'll add in some sit-ups, I'll add in some push-ups to really get the blood flowing. But while I'm doing that for about 20 to 30 minutes. While I'm doing that, I've also got some sort of podcast or message that's playing in the background, and it's all about positivity. It's all about helping me get into the right mindset and to get motivated, to remind myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, and to just really get my mind right. The next part is I'm gonna grab my notebook and I'm going to start writing what my goals are for that day. Who am I talking to? What times am I working on doing X, Y, and Z in my business? What times am I working on doing X, Y, and Z with my family? And what am I doing for myself that day too? So I'm literally hour by hour mapping out my day. That works for me. I'm gonna just tell you right now, you wanna be successful, you gotta have structure. It has to happen. So if you're like, I gotta do a fly by the seat of my pants sort of deal, I'm just telling you right now, I don't know what type of business you're in or what type of life you're in, but I just know that the most successful people in this world have structure and they have things mapped out. Then what I'm doing is I'm learning. I'm feeding my mind. So feeding my mind looks like this. I've got my Jesus Calling book first thing in the morning, or after my first two little routines there of working out and then mapping out my day. And then I'm going to read one of these passages. And then whatever book I'm on, I'm going to put in about 20 to 30 minutes of reading. So Extreme Ownership is one. I'm about to crack open this one from Grant Cardone. Just love to start the learning process. And guys, this is what I've done for a long time now. And it's truly helped me to every day get off to the best start, to get started with my day where my mind is completely on a one-track path of positivity, learning, and you know what that does? That puts up the shield. I've got my shield for the day of negativity that I just can bounce things off of. But I'll tell you this, when I start my day off the wrong way by checking my phone, even if it's a nice note, a nice positive thing, even if it's not even necessarily a bad email, my mind goes to the wrong place. It starts going into work mode rather than going into positivity mode. So this is what works for me. I hope it works for you too. A little bit of structure for your day. Find out the plan that works for you, but I would really encourage you to base it around some sort of exercise or stretching, some sort of mapping out of your day, and some sort of learning and education.